Alright, y'all. Today you're probably wondering, why are you reviewing... Look at this boy. He's a big boy. Why are you reviewing a movie? Aren't you a video game kid? I'm kind of... I'll make some movie videos here and there. I'm not gonna make them often, alright? This is mostly a channel about video games. Today we are going to be reviewing, Zack Snyder. Oh, so avoid this big spot on my face. I do not know how to get rid of it. It's probably a mix between a bunch of multiple zits. I don't know. Today we're going to be talking about Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League. Now, I kid you not. My opinion on this movie is pretty average. I mean, I know. I watched some guy who ranked every DC extended universe, or the nowadays DC movies, including the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. He put the 2017 Justice League, he put it at number 10. He said it was the worst of all the DC movies. He put the Zack Snyder cut at number 1. I'm not even joking. He literally said how they turned the worst DC movie into the best one. Now, what is my thoughts on this movie? I loved it. I mean, I just loved. I seriously cannot agree with a lot of people more. It's so much better than the other one. I mean, or than the 2017 one. I don't want to call this the one that came out in 2017. I don't want to call it the original, because technically the Zack Snyder cut was what was meant to be Justice League, but some weird shoot happened, so they changed it. And I'm not gonna lie, I went into this movie and thought, why did they change this? This was shockingly spectacular. Why did they change? There was no reason to change this. And like Justice League a lot. Now I didn't really hate the 2017 Justice League. A lot of people hated it, and I know a lot of people who hated the 2017 Justice League, who actually now say that the Zack Snyder's Justice League is a really good movie and the other one is a bad movie. So you're probably wondering, but the movies aren't that different. There are like a lot of scenes from the 2017 Justice League are in the Zack Snyder cut. What makes the Zack Snyder cut so much better? Besides, it's like the longest superhero movie. I think Avengers Endgame was like really long. I thought Avengers Endgame was long. Like, Avengers Endgame was 3 hours. It was a really long movie. Freaking Zack Snyder's Justice League is 4 hours long, meaning it's longer than any Marvel movie or any other DC movie. Well, it's longer than any other DC movie, longer than any other Marvel movie, and I'm pretty sure it's the longest superhero movie of all time. I think it actually might be like the second longest movie. I mean, I think it's tied with the other second longest movie of all time, and it's like, I know the longest movie of all time is like, I don't remember the name. It's like 4 hours and 8 minutes. Zack Snyder's Justice League is like 4 hours and 2 minutes if you include the credits. So it's technically 8 minutes. No, not 8. No, wait. I think the longest movie is actually 2 hours and 8 minutes. So it's 6 minutes shorter than the longest movie of all time. But yeah. But I'm thinking, long movies means it's got to be pretty good in order to be good, in order to be able to be good for 4 hours. And I really liked it. I mean, sure, the movie is really long. It literally takes up 1/6 of your day, and this movie is, you could watch you could probably watch, I don't know, Shrek and Kung Fu Panda, and you still wouldn't have fit. You could be playing Zack Snyder's Justice League and you could also play Shrek and Kung Fu Panda. And Zack Snyder's Justice League will probably not have finished before Kung Fu Panda and Shrek. I mean, like Shrek and Kung Fu Panda would have probably finished earlier, maybe a little bit earlier, but earlier. Anyway, back to the topic. Now, one reason why I personally like the movie a lot more than the others, it's one thing that's strange is like this the Zack Snyder's Justice League actually takes a much more serious approach to the Justice League movie, while the 2017 one added a lot of comedy. And believe me, I'm a comedic person. I prefer comedy over basically any other genre. And yet, for some reason, I actually prefer the Zack Snyder's Justice League over basically any DC movie. And I know there's like other DC movies that are funnier. So, if I like this movie more than any other DC movie, and all these other DC movies are actually, and a lot of these other DC movies are funnier, then that means it's got to be pretty good in order for me to actually like it more, despite it not being as funny. Now I know, now I don't exactly like it as much when movies take a more serious approach. I like it more when they're funnier, but like this movie just it's still really good. There's still a lot of funny scenes, all that, It's just yeah. Now, starting off with number 1, Darkseid, aka also spoilers. I forgot. Oh shoot! Wait, have I given away anything? Darkseid don't mean shoot. No, did I say Darkseid? No, I didn't. No, no. Wait, the dark side of the movie. That's what I was talking about. Right. The spoilers. Might wanna, if you haven't seen the movie yet and you want to see it, there's spoilers. So, uh, pretend I have a gun in my hand. Just get out of here. I'm. This is spoilers, okay? Alright, spoilers starting in 3, 2, 1. Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League introduced Darkseid, who in the comics was actually the main villain. Like he was like a all-powerful god, he's just the main villain of DC. And yeah, he's really powerful, all that, and yeah. Is he an interesting character in the movie? He has an interesting story. He's destroyed thousands of planets, he's conquered thousands of planets by himself. But Earth, he failed because Ares, aka the villain of Wonder Woman, hit him in the shoulder with an axe, and he was forced to retreat. Personally, though, I kind of liked the fight, like that fight scene that was like took place thousands of years ago. I liked it more than the one in the 2017 one, because not only was it longer, but it kind of was more story based. So yeah, Darkseid is pretty Darkseid is pretty cool in the new movie, despite him, not being in it for that long. But the thing is, yeah, that there's actually not much thing to say. Although they did show, how he can shoot out laser beams that like, they. If you didn't know, Darkseid can shoot out laser beam. I think you saw this in the movie. Probably not. If you have seen the movie, you better have, because I don't want you to be. I don't want to be spoiling the movie for you right now. He can shoot out, laser beams, but when he shoots them out, they don't go in a straight line. They actually can curve, so they can follow a target if their target constantly dodges. Yeah, they actually did show that for one part in the movie, but yeah. Also, Steppenwolf. My opinion, probably an improvement. When I first saw him, I'm like, wow, he looks a lot different. I don't. I was like, damn, he is a lot different. And it's weird because there's even parts where they show him without his armor. He looks kind of weird without his armor, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of people said how the one in the other Justice League looked too realistic, and they said his armor looked a bit silly. While the one in the Zack Snyder cut actually looked a lot more scary, and even the part where he breaks, like he just breaks the arrows with his armor. I would show the scenes, but copyright, all that. I can't. So, fortunately, you're gonna have to have seen the movie to know what I'm talking about, and you're gonna have to know a lot of details. But yeah, I even like how they introduced Flash's girlfriend, or I think his girl. I don't know. Well, the girl from the comics into the movie, where she gets into a car accident, what would normally be a fatal car accident, and Flash, he uh he 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 saved her. Some My sister said it was a bit weird because he like didn't save her. He could have just went up there, grabbed her, saved her, and then that would have been that. He not only, like, he just went up to her, looked at her for a little bit, and kind of stroked her hair, grabbed a hot dog. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have grabbed. Well, okay, I don't like hot dogs that much, so I probably wouldn't have. I guess the hot dogs would have been ruined anyway, so I guess it's okay that he took it. Well, it would have been ruined if it. Can't speak. And then he gave it to the dog. It's interesting. It's kind of weird how he actually showed his powers to the girl. He didn't like save her, put her down, and then run away. No, he literally showed his face. Anyway, yeah, and there was so much, and yeah, that's just yeah. And the final fight, was it better or worse? In my opinion, it was actually a lot better. Because it's interesting how Flash had to run around the whole place in order to give Cyborg the ability to be able to separate all those boxes, and then and then he got hit by one of those beams, and then almost got shot. But Batman came in just in time, and then there's a lot of moments where and where a lot of the superheroes almost got shot by those turrets, and they always failed they always didn't get it at the last second. Anyway, but what are we about to think about the scene where they where they were too late, and then Flash as a last moment, as a last attempt, rewound time, and got Cyborg to like get the things and have Superman break them apart. That was actually I actually really liked that, because I feel like the movie just gave a lot of these characters more story arcs. Like Flash was in the Justice League was kind of just and also Cyborg were kind of just these side characters who were funny, but they were just most for the most part like side characters. In the movie, they actually served a purpose, because in the other one, Flash in the 2017 one, Flash only served a purpose when he woke the mother box and he woke up Superman. Basically, the biggest purpose he served in that movie. In the new movie, he kept on serving. He actually served a more bigger purpose. Also, what's it called? Wait, I'm trying to think. Oh no. Anyway, yeah, Cyborg, yeah. And then also the way Superman entered in the fight, like in the 2017 one, it was basically just Superman came in. The way he came in was a bit anticlimactic and kind of lame. He just came in and he was like, "Well, I do believe in truth, but I'm also a big fan of justice." And then he just punches Steppenwolf. Pretty. It's an okay entrance, but I personally like the one in Zack Snyder's cut more, because Steppenwolf was there. He was about to axe swing. He was about to hit Cyborg with his axe and finish off Cyborg, but then Superman comes in at the last second and then takes the axe hit for Cyborg. Wasn't phased at all. He just like took it and was like, "Oh, well, wait." From the way it looked, well, yeah, it was like, and then, and then Superman, like, it just So when it hit him, and it just went, and then it hit Superman, and Superman was just like, not impressed. Like he literally said, not impressed, and that I actually kind of found that funny. It's just like, just hits him, doesn't phase him, and of course he just says not. Of course, I mean it's kind of funny how he didn't. He just said, it's kind of funny. Just hits Superman, doesn't do nothing, and then he's just like, not. Wait, I almost said not a fan, but that's not what he said. I mean, like just okay. I'm gonna hurt my hand doing that, so I just went not impressed. And then yeah, basically kind of the same scene, just done differently. Like in the other, I think it was like punch, like you know that part where Superman dodges the punch. I think they did that. They redid that scene, but instead of Superman dodging a punch, he kind of dodged like he at first it was like but then in the Zack Snyder was like instead he was dodging a grab, but whatever. And I feel like another thing though about Steppenwolf that was better in the film was he was kind of more intimidating because they showed a kind of more action-packed scenes where scenes where he's tossing multiple horses, you know, all that. Not to mention he doesn't talk as much in the new one, which clearly means he actually like talking too much during a fight can sometimes result in you failing because you need to concentrate while you're in a fight. So yeah. Personally, I don't think much changed about the story arc of Diana and Diana. I mean, there were some new things here and there, but a lot of it was most of it was primarily the same. Oh, also, the scene. Remember when the 2017 Justice League, where Wonder Woman saved that bank or that place from getting blown up by a bunch of by a mob, all that like by a mob, and it's weird. It's actually kind of interesting. While that scene was slower, and I didn't really like the music as much. We're like with the humming, you know, the girls that were humming in the background. I don't know if I preferred that as much as the Wonder Woman theme, but it kind of worked with Wonder Woman, and they showed how she was actually doing things. And remember the part where, and the dialogue did change. I think, like the way that they were talking was changing a lot in the movie. But remember the part where Wonder Woman bangs her things together, like she full on bangs them, like she freaking bam, and then so she went like that, and then that she killed the mobster guy. In the 2017 one, it basically just she clasped her things together, and it just cut away from that scene entirely. While in the Snyder cut, she did it, and it actually showed what happened. She destroyed a whole part of the building, like a really big part of it, but well, not really not that much. She just basically broke some glass, and then boom. But it's kind of interesting because they showed like not only did she destroy the glass, but then the mobster guy's hat was floating down. Didn't see a body, clearly indicating that she full on disintegrated him. She didn't just knock him through the window and then he died. No, she full on disintegrated him. And then she was just like talking to everyone like, "You all right? You all right?" And little girl asks if she could be like her one day, and one of them was like, "You're gonna be whatever you want when you grow up." Yeah, yeah, mhm. And this was a scene where I'm like, "What? Why did they cut this? This is interesting. Why the hell did they cut this from the 2017 one? Why did they cut this in that movie?" And yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Cyborg. I feel like they kind of gave Cyborg a bigger role in this movie. Not only, but they also made him more. They actually kind of made a more bond between him and his dad. So the part where like, if the dad had died if Cyborg's dad died in the 2017 Justice League, it wouldn't have been that sad because they didn't really bond together that much in the movie, but since he died in the Snyder cut again, I mean I'm gonna stop saying spoilers because I don't because at this point I've spoiled a lot, and if you're still watching, you clearly don't care about the Snyder cut, or you clearly just whatever. But yeah, or you probably just want to know how good the Snyder Cut movie is before you watch it, and then I don't even know. But yeah, it's just that the fact so the he when he died in the Snyder Cut, it was actually a lot more sad than in the the 2017. It's more sad in the Snyder Cut than it would have been if he had died in the 2017 one. So yeah. Also, it's kind of interesting how they added that guy. I don't remember his name. He was from Aquaman. He trained Aquaman. He trained Arthur, and he's in the new Justice League. It's kind of weird though how he had long hair. Like he had a lot longer hair. On the in Aquaman, he had a bun. Yeah. Yeah, hold on, my head's itchy. Oh god. And yeah. Also, before we get into a bunch of other scenes, the movie is rated R. No, like, like the so I think if you don't like rated R movies and you don't like but here's the thing, the movie a little bit overrated. I mean, I guess it kind of does deserve to be rated R though because there is a lot of blood in it. There's literally I mean I cannot recall how many parts where there's literally someone gets killed and then there's blood, or even the way Steppenwolf dies. Yeah. Movie's rated R and kind of rated R for pretty much a good reason. I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, where I didn't say that the movie's rated R because I don't want people to be scared and be like, "Oh wait, this movie's rated R. I don't want to watch it then." No, no. So yeah, the movie yeah, it's rated R because of a lot. There's a lot more blood and a lot more gruesome scenes than in the 2017 one. But look, even though this movie is rated R, if you're 13 and you really don't want to, and you really don't like, and you really don't want to watch rated R movies because you're really scared of not liking the blood in the movie or the anything bad, even if you don't like the really hate the even if you really don't like the thought of watching a rated R movie as a 13-year-old or younger than if you're scared of watching a rated R movie younger than rated R. Us and well, yeah, the 2017 one isn't rated R. It's rated PG-13. So yeah. But if you're, I mean, even if you're afraid of rated R movies, and I mean afraid to the point where you really don't know, you even if a movie looks really good, you really don't know if you want to watch it because it's rated R, and you haven't seen either of the Justice League movies, and you're thinking of watching the 2017 one, despite everyone saying they hate it. You say you want to watch it because it's not rated R, and you're scared that the other one, because it's rated R, you might not like it. Even if you're that kind of person who doesn't like rated R, who's afraid of rated R, and you haven't seen either of the Justice Leagues, I still would recommend the Zack Snyder cut more than the other one. Even if the 2017 one is rated PG-13, and you are not rated R, and or even if you're younger than rated R, and you are afraid of rated R movies, and you haven't seen either, I still would say that the other one would be a worse experience for you because, for one, the Snyder Cut does have a lot of blood, which is the reason why it's rated R. But it's not. There's not that much blood. And two, it's just not a good film overall. You probably watch, and if you watch them both, you probably like, okay. As much as I don't like how much blood was in the Zack Snyder, yeah, it was better overall. So yeah. And that was that was just stuff. There was something I was gonna say that I kind of. Oh yeah, the way Steppenwolf died. In the other one, he died like it was a PG-13 way he died. He basically just got like it basically was like Superman broke his axe by or not really. He kind of blew onto Steppenwolf's axe with cold air, and then Wonder Woman, sliced it with her sword, and then he got scared, or Steppenwolf got scared, and all his minions attacked him, and they some went up into a portal, and then Steppenwolf's crown horn thingy came down. Yeah, but like in the Zack Snyder one, how it worked was instead there's actually a part where Superman, the amount of damage he did to Steppenwolf in the 2017 one, he basically just punched him a few times and laser eyed him a few times. That was it. In the new one, he was literally he was going all out on Steppenwolf. He was freaking like he put him on the ground, freaking punching him, constantly laser eyeing him. And there's even a part where he even laser. Why do I keep on explaining that I don't want to give away spoilers? There's even a part which makes sense why it's rated R, where Superman literally laser eyes one of Steppenwolf's horns off. Pretty graphic, but anyway, then the way he dies is after Flash rewinds time, and also the part where he rewinds time, a lot of people really love that moment. They literally said it's like the best moment in the whole movie, and they really liked it. So yeah. I mean, that's cool how they. It was pretty cool. But after he does that, and Cyborg and Superman destroy the mother boxes, um, and Darkseid is just there like, Steppen, are you serious? You were just about to win, Steppenwolf, and you failed me at the last second, really, and then Steppenwolf gets mad, and then but freaking Aquaman freaking stabs Steppenwolf with the trident and lifts him up into the air. Like just freaking stabs Steppenwolf, lifts him up into the air while Steppenwolf is roaring in pain. Yeah, that is pretty graphic. And then Superman just comes in, punches him, and Diana finishes him off by jumping off a rock and then sword swiping Steppenwolf's head off. I mean, you could tell because Steppenwolf he lifted up his neck, and you could just, and then the angle, you could tell she was about to hit his neck, and then she hit him. He went into the portal, or Steppenwolf fell into the portal where Darkseid was, and Darkseid full on just wasn't happy with him. He friggin' like, as soon as Steppenwolf's head rolled to Darkseid, Darkseid just freaking stomped on it, therefore breaking the other horn off, and then the portal closed. Must have been pretty annoying. It must have really pissed off Darkseid to just be there, seeing that Steppenwolf was about to succeed, and then at the last second, the mother boxes got destroyed, and then Darkseid just watched one of his top tier soldiers, or his top tier leaders, just get flat out murdered. And he was probably like, good. He's probably like, he was probably like, God damn it, Steppenwolf! You had one job that you almost succeeded in, you dumb idiot. Yeah, and literally someone else came up and said, I told you Steppenwolf would fail. And then Darkseid's like, yeah, yes you did. kind of weird though that you think that Darkseid did absolutely nothing. Like he just literally watched the superheroes. He just literally watched everything go down, and he didn't do anything to try and prevent the superheroes from winning. But then again, he probably didn't have time to process what was going on. He probably just like, what the hell is going on? And then he found out when it was too late for him. Yeah. Overall, film. Yeah, the film is, but yeah, and this I'm not gonna talk about the desert scene with the Joker because I honestly don't kind of get the scene. I think it might have been like an alternate universe where maybe Superman didn't like that lady Diana Rose or something didn't come in and Superman turned evil and he full on destroyed the like or he helped Darkseid. I think that's what would have happened, and then Superman would have turned evil, and everyone would have, or most people would have died, and then I feel like that's what that was, but I don't really want to talk about it much. Although it is weird how, Joker was just like, oh, Batman knows Batman has lost people, and he starts to insult Batman about when he. Mm-hmm. When he lost his freaking when he lost his parents, Joker was insulting him about it, and then Batman's just like, choose your next words more carefully. I mean, I'd be pretty pissed, but yeah. So, yeah, that was, my review on Justice League Snyder Cut. But you're probably wondering, why am I reviewing this movie? I could be reviewing any other superhero movie. I mean, I know this is like the most recent superhero movie to come out. Wow, but couldn't I review any other? Now the reason is because, all right, now I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna disagree. I know a lot of you think that. I know there's a lot of people who think this is the best, of the newer DC movies, but this or Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League is, in my opinion, people. It's not the wrong opinion. It's my opinion. In my opinion, is the best superhero movie ever made. I said it. Okay. Now I know you're probably thinking. I now remember. I watched this literally yesterday. Now I know you're all probably thinking, oh, you just like it because of all the hype. Watch sooner or later you're gonna realize it's not as good as you interpreted it. Only because you're just hyped for a new movie. You're just hyped because it's a new movie and it's no. I'm not the kind of person who plays a game and is hyped because it's, oh, this is a new game, this new video game is fun. Oh, this is a new movie. It's super. No, I'm not that kind of person who gets hyped all because this is new. Just because it's a new movie doesn't mean I'm gonna like it my first time watching it and then later on realize, yeah, this movie sucked. Or yeah, I treated this movie too well. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my opinion, people. I mean, it dethroned everything else. Or it dethroned Infinity War. Yep, Avengers Infinity War used to be my favorite superhero movie of all time, despite having a pretty trashy ending. But nah, Snyder Cut of Justice League just kicked it out of the water. Which is kind of surprising because, see, I prefer comedy in movies rather than, not comedy in movies. So, I'm kind of like, kind of it's kind of weird to me how it's kind of strange that Zack Snyder's Justice League is my new favorite superhero movie of all time, despite it not really focusing on comedy that much because it takes its serious and dark tone way more than its comedy. I mean, it has some comedic parts here and there, but it takes its dark tone and serious tone a lot more, or well, it takes a much more dark and serious tone. So I'm kind of surprised that like in Infinity War and Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Thor Ragnarok are all probably overall funnier than Zack Snyder's Justice League. Not like all combined, but they're pretty much even like I'm pretty sure they're all funnier than Zack Snyder's Justice League because there's a lot of funny moments in those movies. Jack Snyder's Zack Snyder's Justice League doesn't have as many comedic moments, and a lot of the jokes don't land too well. Some of the jokes are pretty funny. Um, it's kind of surprising to me that a more serious and dark movie can beat more funny movies for me. But hey, my favorite movie of all time is How to Train a Dragon, and that movie is not very. That movie doesn't focus on its comedy all that much. So yeah, I mean, I guess that movie is kind of comedy-ish, but whatever. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Zack Snyder's Justice League. In my opinion, a really good. I mean, I kind of liked the Justice League from 2017, but the Zack Snyder. Yeah, but here's the thing. I know a lot of people who full on didn't like the Justice League from 2017 and literally said it's the worst DC movie ever made. Like the worst modern DC movie, and other people saying it's the worst just full on DC movie ever made. And I can't see it being that bad. I mean, I didn't like it that much. I kind of liked it, but Zack Snyder's cut easily improved it in basically every single way. Well, actually, Zack Snyder's cut was technically the original cut, so Zack Snyder's cut was disimproved in every single way. Like, I'm not even like this. I know people who literally say when they went into the movie, from basically the beginning to end, they were just wondering, why did they change this? And as a guy I watch pretty frequently, he talks about movies a lot. Literally says he talks about movies too much. He said that out of all the DC movies, he literally said, or the newer ones, he said that the again I think I said this before, but he said that the 2017 Justice League was the worst of the modern DC movies, and he said that the Zack Snyder's cut is the best of the newer DC movies. And he literally goes into full detail on how Zack Snyder's cut manages to actually like surpass this 2017 one in every single way. And I can't agree more. I mean, the movies the main but here's the thing. This isn't my go-to superhero movie because well, there's three reasons. A, I'm not gonna really I'm I'm if I'm in the mood for some laughs, which I'm kind of in the mood for some laughs pretty frequently, it's not really my go-to movie or my go-to superhero movie because it's not very funny because it takes a serious and dark tone very more. It takes its serious and dark tone more than comedic tone. So it's not exact. So I could so if in that regard I'd probably watch Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, or Thor Ragnarok instead because all those movies, while not as good, are funnier. B, the movie is slow paced a lot. Now, I don't mind all the slow paced parts. I mean, they were kind of annoying at first, but I guess I can get used to them. But the slow paced parts are kind of annoying, but they're they're for the most part okay. It's just a little bit too slow paced. A little slow paced, but it's not that bad. It doesn't really ruin the movie for me at all, or the whole movie for me at all. And three, probably the most probably the most for or probably the most example or the example that makes the most sense. The movie's long, like really long. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like the longest superhero movie. It's the new long. I'm pretty sure it's the new longest superhero movie ever made. I think it was like Avengers Endgame was the one before it, which was 3 hours long, and I thought that was pretty long for a superhero movie. So when I heard the Snyder cut of Justice League was 4 hours, I was like, this movie better be good if I'm gonna have to sit on my ass for 4 hours. And 4 hours is like 1/6 of your of an entire a person's entire day. So yeah, and turns out all those 4 hours were worth it. But the thing is, it's given that I'm a 13-year-old boy and I literally have school. I have school, homework. I have all this. There's a lot. I'm a 13-year-old boy, so I'm not exactly free to do anything. So I'm kind. So I'd need if I'm gonna watch the movie in one sitting, I'm gonna have to have a lot of time in my hands, and also, I mean, I could just make the movie work as, and I could probably just watch certain. I guess I could just watch like maybe 1 hour of them, the first 2 hours of the movie, and then later I'd watch the last 2 hours of the movie. So yeah, I guess that could be how I make it work. Yeah, it's just the length. I mean, I might watch the movie whenever I go on long plane rides. Fun fact, I'm supposed to be going on a plane ride with my dad while my mom and my sister stay here. I'm supposed to be going on a plane ride to New Mexico in a couple of weeks. Well, in a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, whatever. Um, so I'm gonna be going to New Mexico to get something. Thing is, we're gonna have to drive back, which where we're going in New Mexico, it's gonna be a 1 hour, well, not even an hour, like probably a 45-minute flight, and yeah, but remember, flights are much longer, so we're gonna be coming back in a Jeep, um, which my dad claims is gonna take 5 hours. So I guess I could just watch the movie to bypass most of the time, and then I could just spend the last hour of our drive talking with my dad. The movie is just, yeah, but it's a pretty good, but overall, really, really good movie. In my opinion, best superhero movie ever made. It's just, yeah, best superhero movie ever made. Oh, big boy! Look at this big boy. I love this boy. Yeah. Um. Leaving and okay. So I'm doing it for 40 minutes, so I'm gonna end it here. Tell me in the comments below what your thoughts on the Zack Snyder Justice League was, if you've seen the movie. Um. Or if you haven't seen the movie and you frankly don't care about it. Hey, also, if you haven't seen the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, okay, if you haven't seen any DC movies, I'd recommend this. Watch Man of Steel, and also watch Wonder Woman, and then Batman vs. Superman, and then watch Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, and I promise you, you will not be wasting your time if you do that. I mean, Batman vs. Superman very great movie. Wasn't a very great movie, but it was okay. I mean, yeah, it's just yeah. So anyway, that wraps it up for today's video. Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. It's still not as good as Wall-E or How to Train Your Dragon, and frankly, I don't even plan on trying to top those two masterpieces. But yeah. See ya. This isn't a superhero pose. What would be a superhero pose? See ya.